After I reset my camera, how does that sound now? This maybe. Does that sound any better at all? Because in my ear, it sounds fine. Okay, well, I don't know what that was, but I've been sitting here for a while. I have nothing to do in game, and I said like, hey, I don't know. I'm not gonna go online. I'm gonna occupy myself in some other way, and here I am because it just sounds. It's so weird for me to have a Sunday without you guys. So that's why we're here, and I do have a bunch of reviews from the last 2 weeks that I did not do, and we will get to those, and we will debut something a little bit new today, which I'm excited about. I just want to say beforehand, vacation was great. My wife and we had a great time. I picked up some strawberry, it's called strawberry lemon sour ale from Cape May. They only sell it in their tap room, which is nice. Normally on the weekends, I get a couple texts, right? A few people message me. Nothing happens in game. I get to like relax a little bit and hang out. Holy shit. The volume of Discord messages that I received this weekend, and pings on the event server and pings on our server. I was so inundated, and I tried so hard to ignore them. I'm not good at that. I'm really terrible. I am somebody who, like, if I see a text message has come in, I need to check it. Just compulsively have to check it. So I was caught in a rough position, but we had fun. We had some great food, great beer, nice relaxing time. I think the only downside to me, and while I'm chatting, I'll just do some of these battles here, but I think the only downside to me was that our Airbnb had very soft pillows, and I cannot stand soft pillows. I really should have brought our own pillows, and that's on me. That's my bad. It is what it is. Lesson learned for next time. And when I say lesson learned for next time, I will almost certainly forget. Oh, let's do these guys. There we go. I know. And I had like my guild leader messaging me, and he knew I was on vacation, and actually my guild was pretty good. So if any of my guild mates are in chat right now, thank you. My guild was solid in TB this week. They did an awesome job, like not forcing me to check Discord often. So great job to them, and to the other officers in my guild. Q, who is my other TB officer, who always steps in. He always does an awesome job. But to our other officers who kind of filled in the gaps of me not being around as much, it was very, very much appreciated. It did help me to decompress from the phone a little bit. One thing that I am annoyed a little by is the Slice bundle, which is no longer here, right? The Slice bundle was only here for like 3 days. The Slice bundle that's no longer here was not a repeat Slice bundle. CG has been repeating the Slice bundles for like the last 4 months. And the one time I'm away is the one time they say, hey, you know what? Actually, we're going to do a new one today. And I sat there at 5 in the morning because my wife was not awake yet. And I sat on my phone and I valued a pack, and normally I do that from my PC. And from my PC, valuing that pack would have taken me 5 to 10 minutes. Valuing that pack from my phone took me about 45 minutes, and it was awful. God. Summer suppers. I like that. See if I can get on board with that and make my wife take a nap every Sunday. I think that she'd be okay with that, actually. She is a big fan of napping. I know. Listen, I gotta tell you, those Zetas in that pack, really solid value. But I was talking to people on the event server, and I do agree that because the shards were not relevant for everybody, it did feel bad, right? If you didn't need those shards, it did feel bad to buy all of the Zetas otherwise. But otherwise, like, it was a solid value pack. They were valuing the Zetas at about, I think, 158 crystals per Zeta, if you assumed that they had a 0 value on the shards. If I had $60, I would have bought it. Christian, I gotta say, man, Mr. C squared, I do appreciate the way that you messaged me this weekend. Everyone else just messaged me as normal. He messaged me like, hey, don't answer me now, but I have a question, and it's not super important, and that was beautiful. And he got his answer. Let's do these guys. Riva Guild shouldn't be that hard to find. They're a dime a dozen these days. But now you have a week. What's your GP, Cassidy? Yeah, Mr. Danny Fantastic, I guess maybe we're married to the same person. I actually checked before I logged on. I went back upstairs to see if she was still sleeping. And I was like, she's definitely, my wife's going to be sleeping for at least another hour. I am trying something new here. I wasn't actually planning to do these conquest battles right now. But with this next set, I'm trying to take PvP just a little bit more seriously. So I have been doing the 6 refreshes a day. To get more Datacron materials. We'll see how that plays out for me. Well, were they advertising 25 per month, or were they were they advertising 25 per month, or advertising 25 per event? What's your GP? Because I have a Fortuna that might be interested. I know, Reva's a game changer too. Like, seriously a game changer. Especially this new Datacron set I was kind of sort of looking at. And I saw like Ninth Sister, which is really one that I shouldn't get excited about, but the Ninth Sister Kron looks just really, really solid. Daniel, I feel you. My Datacron is going to be level 12 by the time 3s comes around. Maybe it'll get to 15, but I doubt it. I have no idea how I'm going to use it in 3s. There is a guy on the 3 Scoundrels, Young Skywalker. He is a Datacron wizard, and I kind of rely on him to tell me how to use Datacrons. I think he's away for a little while, though. I think he still has time to play, but not chat as much. So this first week is going to be a shit show while we figure it out, and everybody else tells us how to do it. I will not do remodding, though. I don't do that. Remodding does not happen. I need something that's going to kill these guys. Ooh, Inquisitors will do it. Alright, Murrow is fine. I actually, this Conquest, I found I had a harder time than I normally do. I'm not used to defensive data discs. I am so used to Amplify Agony that that I went in trying to do this set like it had Amplify Agony, and it was not working out, and it really frustrated me. But I got it done. I finished yesterday morning, so 5.5 days. Six, yeah, 5.5, because it was before the 2 p.m. mark, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. mark. I just restarted the cam. I'll have to. My computer probably needs a restart. Hopefully that helped. Yes, no, I'm gonna just keep talking and assume that's helping. I said that I'm gonna keep talking, and I literally summarily stopped talking. I think the computer is just gonna need a reboot, but I can't do that midstream, unfortunately. So if it happens again, the computer's been sitting on for 4 days. I definitely should have restarted it. My bad. I have something exciting to debut today. And I don't remember where this joke started. I think it started with Xander. I think. I have something exciting once we get to the reviews. A few bars from Chicago. Oh, God. I actually don't know Chicago. I'm sure I've heard songs from Chicago, but I don't know the musical very well. I have spent the last couple of hours singing in the car. I'm surprised that my wife, dealt with me for that long. Why did I use Marok with Riva? It's very simple, because I clicked the characters in order, and he just happened to be in order, and I knew that they would win whether he was in it or not. So that's why I did that. There was no grand plan with using him in that team. It was pure laziness. Pure laziness. We were listening to a bunch of songs. My wife put me on Spotify on the way home, and she basically said that I need to make a playlist that she calls Point of View Sitting in the Dentist's Waiting Room in 2006. Because it was basically a lot of, Matchbox 20. Blessed Union of Souls. Rob Thomas, Third Eye Blind. It was ridiculous. Is Riva good in the Riva mission on Tatooine? Yeah. when I got Reva, it allowed me to do the mission without having to do refreshes, or without having to remod. And then when I got the Maroc Omicron, now I just hit auto, and it's beautiful. All right, let's see. Let's see what I got for stuff. What is my data disk composition? So what I went with was, nope, that's not it. 2 Zealous Ambitions, 2 Ruthless Swiftnesses, a Leader's Resolve, and an Ability Exhaust. I don't like Weak Spot, and I don't like Weak Point. They kill things way too fast for me, and I just do not like that. It makes it hard for me to get feats. Zealous Ambition just works really nice for keeping things alive. And it really helped when using Jedi Vanguard, because Jedi Vanguard sucks without Jedi Master Mace Windu. Ruthless Swiftness is obvious. I probably, if I got a good Entrenched, I probably would have done 1 Ruthless Swiftness and 1 Entrenched. And Ability Exhaust, it kind of just helps a little bit if you get like the first turns, but then your opponent has like a strong TM train. This is generally what works for me. I like the discs that don't have as many blips on them. I find that it's just more useful to me. Zealous Ambition is the GOAT of every one of my conquests that I've ever done that has Zealous Ambition. Let's see what this stuff is looking like. Datacrons. Meathead! Meathead. Meathead, this is, come on, man. You're here on a Sunday. What? Don't tell me you're sick. Meathead, you're gonna miss. You're gonna miss we're unveiling something new today. You can't do this to me. It's just like Meathead. Coming in for 3 seconds. Probably about to start his own stream. His own stuff. Playing his space games. We have such a, what is it, a tumultuous relationship? We have fun time. He and I. The back and forth banter. How good do I think Wampa's level 9 is going to perform in TW? Here's what I think. I think that when CG builds out a Datacron, they have very specific counters in mind, right? So they don't just like build something and say, all right, well, we're going to see what happens. They have something very specific in mind. So I think that it, especially because it's obviously designed for territory wars, I think we're going to see some solid showings for it. You know, we already have, I think it'll obviously beat General Grievous even with the Omicron, but we have a lot of answers to that. I think Starkiller probably it's going to take that on as well, just because of how great it's going to go, but you don't really see Starkiller anymore. I'm really hoping that we are going to see it take on like a GL or 2. That's my hope. But again, I'm in a non-TW guild. We're in a guild that we don't really play it as crazily as other people do. So it's very rare that we have a matchup that is competitive, and to where we would even give a shit about that. My guild did hit the next box on our last raid, and it looks like with the raid ending tomorrow, we are actually in a really solid position to hit that next box again. So that seems like we're going to hit consistency. So I am happy about that. That said, we don't really have much going on in game because I did it all. Lady Geek, hello. I missed you this morning. No, you're always here. Sometimes you're silent. Sometimes you're not. Let's get to these reviews. And as I said, Yes, we have a special thing that we are going to debut today. And I wish Meathead were still here. I bet Meathead is still here and he just doesn't want to say anything. We're going to debut our new roster review intro, which I'm very, very excited about.
Roster reviews. Egnards is having a break and taking a roster reviews. Talking to me that what pack sex should sell to you. Ooh, to you. To you.
It's so beautiful. It's just so damn beautiful. I love it so much. And I really, really, really hope that Meathead was still around for that and lied to me and said that he was gone, but really not. I showed my wife it. She told me she doesn't understand the joke, and I said, okay, that was fair. But I still laughed. I cracked up. And I love how much effort Moonborn puts into this stuff. So thank you, Moonborn, for everything that he does, right? Because he does so much for me. Let's get into our reviews that have been staggering, have been sitting here for a while because I skipped a couple and then we had some stuff going on. So Discord, there we go. Chewda. What is our time? 27 minutes. Okay. 27:00. Link to your GG account. I have that. Top 20 Leviathans and occasional executors. Are you coordinating talking with your fleet Discord? Not really, but can easily get first. I don't always manage due to timing of my payout. All old ones are CT3. Nothing on the latest couple. That kills me on the inside. Raid teams just finished Bad Batch to R7. Now working on clones as well as getting I don't know what's going on with the mic today. I really don't. It's really pissing me off. It's definitely something to do with the computer and needs to be addressed. But thank you for the very, very quick audio. I don't know what to call them. Audio tells. And here's how we're going to do this for the rest of the stream. It happens, you just tell me, and then I start talking, and there we go, and then you let me know. How highly do you value efficiency? Okay, mostly free to play or do sometimes spend. So you spend, and it's okay, right? That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Really hate Conquest, so I am struggling with Conquest tunes and Datacrons at the moment. Raid, ROTE, TW, GAC, Conquest. Are there any favorite characters? Not really. I love teams which make ROTE a bit easier and quicker. And I will say that I feel bad, Chewda, because you kind of got passed over a little bit, and you did buy me a beer ahead of time, so I do apologize for that. I don't think it's the mic. I think it has to do with the camera and just needing to refresh my my video feed, which I will do after we deal with this stuff today. Unfortunately, I can't do it midstream, right? I'm not super cool like some of the other people out there. Let's head on over here to Chewda, who's 12. Oh my God. Don't tell me you're 12 million and don't have the new assault battles up. That'll hurt my soul so much. Please. Please, please don't tell me. Oh my god. I have this feeling that some of you just really like to fuck with me. And you look for accounts that should have this stuff. And you specifically tell those people to come in to the streams literally just to make me hurt on the inside. This hurts me so much that you don't even have these fuckers relicked. Oh my god. Oh god. Chewda. Come on, man. Please. Oh god. Okay. Okay. How is Master Qui-Gon? Master Qui-Gon is level 1. How are our Peridia boys? Probably no better. Not even 7-starred. Have I ever reviewed you before? I've reviewed you before. And I'm telling you, in your last review, I must have said get the boys. Fat Phil could not solve his way out of a paper bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 GL. We have all three GL ships. We have a raid score of 5 million in a guild that needs to get you 3 million. Right, so your guild's average right now is 3 million. You're doing 5. Oh my god. This hurts my soul. Let's just check out our raid stuff. So, where's Scorch? Okay. What I want you to do, it looks like you were doing Bad Batch at the 7, right? At the R7 tier for 1.8. You are doing your Tar clones at the R3 tier, I guess. So 2.6 total. Do you have Jocasta? Do you not have Jocasta, but you do have Keller and Beck. And I'm going to imagine you're getting 1.8 there. And then possibly 2 solos, something like that. I would say bring Scorch to R9 just as a quick thing. You can do that really fast. Scorch and Tarkin at R9 can do the R9 tier alone. The modding is not that hard for it. And the nice thing, I was explaining this to one of my guild members yesterday who does not want to remod at all. And I said, you know, if you do those two, it may not be perfect modding for those characters, but it's pretty good modding for those characters. It'll make those characters usable. Not amazing, but usable. Do the R9 tier with them for 3.6, and then you will be more than double your guild's average, which means you need to relax on more raid stuff. I then need you to take a hard pivot to do the Lover Boys. Okay? I don't even care if you have Quad May. You don't want to level her up, fine. She's a great GAC team, amazing GAC team. But if you don't want to level her up, that's fine. You don't even have to. You don't even need the team right now if you don't want to do the team. But you need to bring Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan to R9. You have to do it. It is... I've had this argument so many times with people. This game is a game we play for years. I've been playing for almost 10 years. And the ROI on Duel of the Fates is about a year if you don't refresh at all. I personally refresh it once an event because it's a solid way to get those R9 materials to move yourself ahead. And if you want Smuggler's Run 3, you're going to need those R9s, right? So I would bring those lover boys to I would bring Scorch to R9. I would then fully focus on R9ing your lover boys. I would then, at a bare minimum, start slow farming your Peridia Patrol boys to get them at least to R7, but I really strongly think that they need to be at R9. Right? I've given up with them trying to like convince people to R9 them, so I say R7. But basically, what you want is for your account to do the work for you. And we keep forgetting to do that. We keep like wanting to actively get things, and especially as a very casual spender, you want to be getting as many resources as you can for free. That is more important than anything else that you can possibly do right now. So Scorch to R9, Lover Boys to R9, slow farm your dead boys, bring them to a minimum of R7. Slow farm is 5 battles a day. Okay. While you're doing that, let's see what we're actually missing, because those are non-negotiables if you want to be taken seriously as a player. You are missing Ahsoka, who's basically irrelevant. Don't worry about her. Maybe you're farming this a little bit. You don't need Mace Windu, right? You're so overperforming your guild in the raid that I honestly wouldn't even prioritize Jedi Master Mace Windu. I would almost rather you prioritize Hondo because of the Smuggler's Run 3 thing, right? That is a big, important detail. Jar Jar, I hate saying it, he's irrelevant. Yeah, and you have all of this stuff. Okay, let's see our ships. Basically everything. Vulture Droid, Hyena Bomber. I know you said this, that you're kind of getting your ships up a little bit. I would definitely make sure that you are slow farming 1 to 2 ships at all times. Once you get caught up on ships, it makes it so easy to move ahead with them and not have to continue like falling behind. So definitely always slow farm 1 or 2 of these at any one time. There are 45 people in the guild. Oh. As for Raid, Row, TW, GAC, Conquest, okay. Let's just see if there's anything rote-wise that you're missing that would really help you. I'll tell you right now, Night Sisters are an amazing ROTE team. Like, seriously, solid team. Okay. So what I just did was I deactivated my mic and then reactivated that as well. So I'm hoping that that helps me. You should be able to hear me now. I'm going to keep talking before I continue to make sure. Okay. Hopefully, I don't know. Today is just one of those days. So, Chewda, here's the deal. Here's what I'm going to tell you to do. 1. Scorch to R9. That's going to hit your raid fix. You're going to be more than double your guild. 2. Lover boys are non-negotiable. Get them done now. You want to be taken seriously as a player? Get them done. 3. Start slow farming your lover boys, your dead boys, get them to at least R7. I very strongly recommend R9. Continue slow farming 2 to 3 ships at a time as you can afford to do so. After that, I think your strongest bet is definitely to go for Hondo. It will feed your raid itch, but more importantly, it'll be Smuggler's Run 3 as well. Night Sisters, OG Night Sisters are awesome for rote, but they don't provide you a lot of overall value outside of that for where you are and some of the things you need to do right now. So I think that those are the things that you need to really focus on. What I strongly recommend you do with Conquest, I understand that Conquest sucks. Try to put yourself in a position to get all new Conquest characters within 6 months, right? That basically means that you don't even need, I don't even think you need to get Gold Crate to do that. But I understand that some people really hate doing it. If you get, I think it's max crate -2, which is really not at all hard to do, and you buy the shards, you should be in a good position to get those things without any issue. I think that you can get all of this done, except for Hondo, in probably like 4 months. And at that point, you're free to do whatever you want. But you need to set up the return on investment in your account. You need to always prioritize the things that are going to give you more things in the future. Because the sooner your account starts accumulating those things, the faster you get a positive return on those things. So that's the best way that I can kind of explain that to you. Okay? And we are going to move on. To Geno. So let's see Geno. Full Leviathan with 1 to 2 executors. I am first during my PO daily. Are you coordinating talking with your fleet Discord? Yes. Assault battles, non-CT3s, Peridia Patrol, Fanatical. All right, so you at least have the Lover Boys, Fanatical Devotion, Secrets and Shadows at 2. What are you currently working on? Order 66, looking to hit the 8.51 box with minimal investment and less investment to help success my next endeavor, ROTE. Are you dead set on continuing until guild goal achieved the 7.5 personal target? How highly do you value efficiency? Highly. Are there any favorite characters? Currently just working on raid tunes, primarily getting marquees to 5-star, then waiting until they become available to farm with room to double refresh as nothing else to farm. Currently able to hoard 2 to 3 G13 gear and 2 to 3 R0 to R7. Guild raid targets, RTE, want to participate more in waves, so I've been thinking Inquisitors and Night Sisters. Inquisitors are amazing. Night Sisters, OG Night Sisters are honestly amazing as well. I use them all the way up to Haven beautifully and on auto, and it's awesome. They're one of my favorite Rise of the Empire teams. Which 066 squads will help improve my Rise of the Empire score in Zepho and Mandalore? R7 plus planets. Would be willing to drop 1 to 3 Omicrons. Okay, we'll think about that. Thoughts on Trench or DTMG? What I will say is Dark Trooper Moff Gideon. I use him for 3 days on Mandalore with the Captain Enoch Omicron. So the Captain Enoch Omicron, you cannot put DTMG in the in a non-leader slot because it'll completely deactivate Captain Enoch's leadership. So I use Captain Enoch lead for days 1 to 3. And then day 4, 5, and 6, I use DTMG lead. And it works very well on the R8 node of Mandalore. Now, mine is a little unreliable because I also use Dark Trooper, who cannot be revived and has stacks and dies much quicker. And I only do that because I'm cheap. But if you were to use like the Dead Boys plus DTMG plus Scout. Actually, I don't use Dark Trooper. Who do I use? I use DTMG, Scout. Do I use Scout? Let's look. I can look in the game. I can see if Scout is even R8. I don't think Scout is R8. Let's see. No, my Scout's R7. So I use Dark Trooper, the Dead Boys, Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and Dark Trooper. So yeah, that makes sense. I know I said Dark Trooper twice, but I counted 6 characters. It works pretty well, but Dark Trooper dying early does make it tougher. If you were to bring Scout Trooper to R8, I think you would have a much better time with that. Glat and Balin. I pivoted from Glat when Order 66 was announced. Balin is a favorite, but would be more for GAC. After all them, adding relics to some R5s to give the likes of Jabba a full R7 squad. Now, Jabba, again, at every single level, does very well in Rise of the Empire with his team. And at R9, he does his battle without his, like, literally semi-auto, guided auto. After all of them, adding relics to some R5s, and anyone deserving an R8, tanks, attackers, I have my eyes on, including Malicos, SK, Malgus, SLKR, Ray. Okay, mods probably needs improvement. All right, let's see. Roster review. Okay, let's see. Moonborn is telling me that that I screwed up the intro, and I'll have to fix that I screwed it up in the future. But let's see. Geno's stats. His name is Inquisitor, 11.5 million. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 GL. So we are missing Ahsoka, and we are missing Lord Vader. Our raid history, we're doing 6.4. Our guild right now needs, okay, about 4.5, but you guys are looking to hit the next box, which needs 7.5. So that's your current goal as a guild. Let's check out some stuff here. I know your Dead Boys, your Lover Boys should be R9. They are good. Dead Boys, I believe, are R7, but we're gonna just double check. Dead Boys are R7, very nice. Now, again, if you're gonna do DTMG to R8 for higher end waves, you might as well do the Enoch Omicron, and you might as well bring Enoch and the Dead Boys to R9 for their return on investment. Like, it's just a no-brainer at that point. I do like my DTMG, and he has become one of my highest and most consistent hold rates over the last 6 months in GAC. So there is that to consider. I love that team. Surprises people a lot. It doesn't get used as much. It's an excellent one. I do want to check on your Order 66 viability right now. Okay, we have these guys at R7. Scorch is at 6 stars. All right. So, Lord Vader plus clones in ROTE does incredibly well. I have the Apple Omicron. I don't really even think the Apple Omicron is needed if you're using Lord Vader, unless you want to do the sortie mission, in which case, you know, you're probably going to need it. With the 4 clones at R8, you will be able to do a large amount of the missions in Rise of the Empire. With the clones at R9, one team of clones at R9, you can do 7.2 million in the raid. If in your head you're like, well, I can't do 5 R9s, just by taking Tarkin and Scorch to R9, you are taking the 1.8 that your clones are now doing and turning it into a 3.6 without any crazy investment, right? And that'll bring you over the hurdle of where your guild needs you to be. It'll take you to about like 8.1. And based on where you are with everything else, Caloran back, Jocasta New, I'm assuming you're doing like the 3-man Jocasta New or 4-man with Eth Koth. I would strongly consider doing both clone teams to R9. It'll help your guild out considerably. It'll help you in Rise of the Empire. It'll help you basically everywhere. Ships. Got Leviathan. I said this to Chewda. I'll say it to you. If you're not currently farming all of these ships, I very strongly recommend picking like 2 of them and making sure that you are finishing up and just slow farming them. So I see the Comeuppance here and the TIE Reaper. I know they might not be like amazing right now for you, but because they're so slow to get, it's just worth it to put a little bit of daily energy into it. And we don't know like when we'll see those as like light side tokens or anything. So just something to consider. As far as major like long-term goals, doing well with Hondo, Balin. You haven't really done too much with Balin. I will say that Marok, with his Omicron in ROTE, just beyond amazing with the Inquisitors. Just deletes shit. So if you want to go for Balin, you can R7 the whole team, or R7 everyone for Balin, get the Marok Omicron. You will be unlikely to use Marok with Balin in ROTE, but you will be able to use him with the Inquisitors as high as Haven class. I haven't used him past Haven class, so I don't know about past that. I mean, I don't even use him on Haven class because half my team is still R7, but I know a lot of my guild mates do use that team there. In terms of Zepho and Mandalore, I don't know if you use your Gungans. You clearly don't because they're R5. But with the Tarpals Omicron, I have them all at R9. With the Tarpals Omicron, they auto every single day of Rise of the Empire. That includes Zepho, the open mission on Zepho. That includes Lothal. That includes Tatooine, obviously. That includes Ring of Kafrene, the R9 planet. I'm not telling you to take them to R9 because I don't think that that's useful. But if you're looking specifically for Rise of the Empire, bringing those guys to R7 will help you in Zepho with the Tarpals Omicron. You can always bring them up higher if you want to. Jabba, I do think, is a priority with his team. Let's see. R8. R8 is really for attackers more so than for tanks. Let's see. Attackers. Who deserves R8? In all of the ones that you have at R7, I don't have it R8. You know, other than the clones, who are obviously their R9 for me. Drogon's pretty good. Definitely, his team does very well on Mandalore, specifically with Leia. So that's a really good option. Starkiller, I have at R8, and that, again, a pretty solid option. I don't think it's a priority, though. Jabba's team can get it done with random garbage. He can get it done with random garbage, but would you rather relic up random garbage, or would you rather relic up his team? Right? Like, that's the thing that you have to consider. Now, if you have enough random garbage in your teams, then fine. If you have enough random garbage to just throw characters with Jabba, then it'll work for you. But I think if I have a position where I don't just have random garbage to throw away, and, you know, because most of my random garbage is going to platoons, I'd rather relic up the characters that'll be useful for him in his team. I don't disagree with you, though, that his abilities and strength, like, he just works really well. Again, as I said before, this is like, if we're talking about Rise of the Empire being like a real priority for you, Night Sisters are just beautiful. They work on every planet I've tried them on. They work on Mandalore, but not on auto. There is some iffiness to them on Mandalore because of the TM trains and just a little bit of luck, but I've both won and lost in that open mission. Inquisitors, like you said, very solid. I don't think that there's anything too egregious in your relicking that you really have to worry about. Glat, I don't think, you know, she doesn't have any relevance to the meta. She is a good character if she's put with Ezra. The problem is that most people are putting, and you don't even have, oh no, there you go. You don't even have, scratch that. Everyone puts Ezra with Rey. So it kind of leaves Ahsoka stuck there. I think it's smarter for you to prioritize Hondo because of the Smuggler's Run 3, right? And Smuggler's Run 3 is presumably going to be a modding event. We don't know that for sure, but we're hoping it's going to be a modding event. And the other two are modding events. And, you know, Smuggler's Run 2 is one of the highest return on investment events in the game. Ahsoka is going to give you a strong team. Hondo is going to give you resource investment, going to give you more raid viability, is presumably going to give you a good Rise of the Empire team, especially if you're taking him to R9 because of Smuggler's Run 3, which also, again, presumably has an R3 tier and an R9 tier. I just see it as a really smart investment. Balin should be permanently available the next time he comes around, which means you don't really have to rush him, but Marok works super, super, super well. I've heard that Great Mothers works well in Rise of the Empire, but I don't know for sure because I don't use them. So where should you start? Get your clones to R9 and go from there on all of the scattered information I gave you. And honestly, since if you're going to listen to me and get those clones to R9, on top of Hondo, who's not even farmable yet, I would... Oh, have you... did I miss that you had Lord Vader? Oh, you do. Okay. Yeah, so definitely do it because your Lord Vader's already R8. So perfect. I don't know how I missed that. But get them to R9. It's going to amplify your score. And then, especially with your DTMG desirability, Dead Boys to R9 just makes sense. And then from there, I gave you a ton of scattered advice. And I would strongly consider jamming it all together and saying, yes, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, we're gonna move. We're gonna move to Blackhole. And I knew he was streaming. Silly meathead jumping in just so he could stream. Okay, let's see. Where are we going from here? Fabi, Kevin, Blackhole. Don't forget that this is a lovely day to drop your free Prime subs because it'll buy me beer, and I like beer. 101. 10, let's say 102, right? Because we like easy numbers. We don't like having to add extra numbers to things. Hey, Mike. What's up? We're just... I don't know when we're going to finish up today. I don't know. I'm just kind of... My wife is sleeping, and I said, let me pop on and get some of these reviews out of the way. I've done about an hour so far. I don't know. It's kind of like a feel. It's a vibe thing. You know, sometimes you're vibing it, and you're like, I want to keep going. And sometimes you're like, no, I just got to, like, stop with where I'm at, and we'll see. Let's go from there. Nomad, hey. Hello, buddy. Hello, my friend. Nomad, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, but I just got some Cape May Brewing Strawberry, which is only in their tap room. Damn it. Okay. That is a problem. That is a problem. I think we're going to do one more because this is really bothering me, this mic issue that we're having today. So we're going to try to get Black Holes done today and go from there. And then we'll maybe sign off early just because I'm having these audio issues that I want to get fixed. Because in my headset, I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing it as it's meant to be done, so something's going on. So I apologize for anyone else who was waiting, and maybe Mike, or we can yell at JP for sending beers my way. But I thought maybe disconnecting my mic would solve it. I need to look into this a little bit more. So let's do one more. Black Hole 104 now, right? Full Leviathan with the only executor in the top, with me, the only executor in the top 20 climbing. I'm first doing my dailies. Are you coordinating? Yes. Fanatical Devotion, CT2, Pretty Patrol, R7. Good. So you have your lover boys. Beautiful. And you have, I mean, even your dead boys are at where everybody else has them. Order 66, looking to get Jedi Master Mace Windu unlocked on his next return, doing 15x refreshes. You are not doing 15x refreshes. You are doing 15x battles, sir, because that is fucking insane otherwise. Don't know if I should start... Scorch, 10x on CX2, Apo DCT, TG already finished. We'll skip BB3 for now and work on LV Riva after finishing Jedi Master Mace Windu. Don't know if I should start Leviathan Farm after or do small projects like BKM Balin Pirates. Work on Order 66 and Jedi Knight Cal Kestis unlock mission. We unlocked Riva a couple months ago. Are you dead set? Yes, I really want to start doing better in raids since I skipped Jar Jar last year. How highly do you value efficiency? Very highly. Are there any favorite characters? Not really. You can't buy the Bronzium chest. Maybe he's, yeah. Well, then by the time he posted this, he's already done with that. Let me see. In my game, right? So if I go to game, where is it? This, I can buy this. Yeah, and I bought the mystery chest already today. I don't know, man. I got no idea. Caleb, hello. I got no idea what's going on with yours, though. Let's see. We got Blackhole, 10.8 million. Raid history doing 2.7. Guild wants... So we've talked about this a lot, right? You want to do all these things for your guild. You're already outperforming your guild. Considerably. So just keep that in mind, that like you're doing what your guild needs you to do, and your guild is the one that is holding you back right now, right? Mike, I'll bug Meathead tomorrow and see if he knows any information. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear from me. He loves hearing from me. I don't like to bug him about game things on the weekends. But I'll ask him if he knows anything about it. I'll poke and prod him. That's what I do. I am the go-between that gets him mad at me, not at you guys. Blackhole collections. Rey, Ahsoka, Jabba, Sith Eternal. 1, 2. We have 6 here. Okay, for Jedi Master Mace Windu, Fanatical Devotion. Since you have Reva, right? You said you have Third Sister. So Third Sister should get you Fanatical Devotion once you have her at like R7. Pretty Patrol, I will tell you, I've said this, I say this to a lot of people, I say this every single time we do this. I really highly recommend them at R9. R7 is a natural stopping point. I understand that people stop them there. I get it. I would encourage you to bite the bullet. You'll thank me in about a year. The ROI is actually about 3 years if you don't refresh it all, but I promise you, you'll still thank me in about a year. Guild. I want to see what we're doing with Order 66. Okay. So, again, right, you're going to bring all of the clones to R7 for Jedi Master Mace Windu, right? I don't really even think it's necessary, but you've already put in all this work. I would bring Scorch and Tarkin to R9. I would not even bring the whole team to R9. Just Scorch and Tarkin to R9. That'll give you 3.6. The rest of the team will be useless to you in the raid because they need R9 to do the 3-man. But you're going to be so far ahead of your guild with Jedi Master Mace Windu. I think CX2, you're doing 10x back. Okay, that's fine. They're already finished. Okay. Yeah, so bring your clones to R7 for Jedi Master Mace Windu. Tarkin Scorch to R9. Do the 2-man split. That's an extra 3.6 on top of whatever you do at Jedi Master Mace Windu. You can stop them wherever the hell you want. They don't need to go to R9 because you're going to be doing triple your guild. And honestly, at that point, I feel like maybe it's time to start looking for a new guild or a better guild, more fit to the way that you want to play this game. I want to see... Oh, hey, Blackhole. It is you. Did you just stop in? You just joined. Okay, so Blackhole, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to recap for you, okay? You are overperforming your guild already. And with your goals in the game, you are going to continue to overperform your guild. I strongly recommend that you move guilds and find something more suited to you. But on the chance that you don't want to do that, take your clones to R7 because you need them for Jedi Master Mace Windu, which you're already working on. Take Scorch and Tarkin to R9. Do the 3-man split. Let the other 3 be useless. It's fine. Take Jedi Master Mace Windu literally to whatever level you want to. I would say at least R7. And you'll be doing 3.6. You'll be doing like 6 to 7 million in the raid, which is way above your guild. At that point, since you're going to have the clones, you literally might as well get Lord Vader. There's no reason not to at that point. You're so close to it. And to answer your question about Leviathan, the best time to farm a fleet is when you don't need that fleet. So if you're climbing with Executor, first of all, Leviathan will make that easier. But the nice thing about farming a fleet when you don't need one is that you don't have to star it to 7 right away, right? What sucks is, let's say that Profundity gets a lifter and only Leviathan beats it, and now you're like, fuck, I need Leviathan now. But now you're gonna need to farm it up to 7 stars. It's so much better to get that out of the way ahead of time, and fleets really make accounts. So much so. So I would be starting your slow farm of Leviathan now while, you know, like you don't really need like your gearing for Sortie and Sith Assassin. While you find that you have extra gear from the other farms, start putting them here. Start applying them here. I would actually do this prior to Lord Vader, assuming that you have Malgus and assuming that you have Fury class. Okay, yeah. Because it's further away, but the quicker you get it done, the more free shards you'll get. Right? So that's kind of what I want you to consider now. Now, I don't really think Balin is super important, and the next time he comes around, he'll be permanent. Right? So it's not going to matter that much. Where is my... Oh, because I'm on ships. I'm like, why can't I find these things? It's because I'm on the wrong thing. Paz, Grogu, Bo-Katan. And then I'm assuming you have Keller and Beck, right? Is the only reason you don't have Bo-Katan because of like gear? That's right, JP. We got our hype train, man. All because of you. And it got diminished. It got destroyed by my fucking mic today. Fuck that. Bo-Katan, yeah. Okay. I would make... He had heard me talking shit. It's not even the mic. I don't know what it is, because it's not the mic itself. The mic is picking itself up. I would make Jedi Master Mace Windu your primary farm. I would make Leviathan your secondary farm. And I would make Lord Vader your tertiary farm. Right? That is where you go right now. As you start to free up energy, and you don't even have... Fuck, I want to check this out first real quick before I say to go any further. Want to see this. Okay. Where's your Jedi Cal? Oh, you're already Cal ready then. Right? So you can already do that mission, just maybe need some remodding. As you start to finish up those farms, I think I would suggest going after the pirates as a slow farm. And then as things free up, you can start adding some crystals to that, because they have a resource event attached, and I cannot stress how important that resource events are. Balin's really not important right now. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, you already have at R7, you're good right now. BKM is a little bit important, but I think that other things are more important to you specifically right now. Yeah, no, I know. So you're able to do the mission, you're perfect, you're fine. Do you have any other specific questions? I'm being quiet while I'm waiting on answers because I'm also looking at audio settings for things to just double check. Okay. All right. So, guys, I really wanted to stay a little bit longer. I was hoping I have 2 more reviews, Kevin, and then I saw one just came in. Who is it? Fabi. And Fabi, if you're still watching, don't worry. I always timestamp and tag them if you're not around for it. I want to figure out some of this mic stuff that's going on. I know, I think it's just the computer and Streamlabs and being all weird. But I think it's best right now to kind of step back and figure that out. So I apologize, but thank you for joining me at a weird time for me. We are going to, I guess the question is, I guess we'll raid into Scribe's the only one really playing the game right now, so we'll raid into Tribe Talks, rather. For whoever is on Twitch right now. Okay, and I will see you guys. Hopefully, I get this stuff fixed up, and I'll see you probably on Thursday morning when I do some GAC. I apologize that my stuff is not doing super great. It's being annoying, and if my line is being weird, I'm gonna check on the line for Discord.